And Mind Crypto here. I hope we're all having a wonderful day. And the title of the video is Be Careful, but also big things incoming. And please subscribe, please hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any more videos. Remembering none of this is financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor, and you should always do your own research. But first and foremost, we look at the crypto bubbles. What a couple of days we've seen. Absolutely green. And we saw Quant hit that $98.68 last night, and now we've had a slight retracement back down to 94 and 74 cents, and we are down one rank to 42 with a market cap of 1.14 billion, with a 24-hour volume of $31 million, which is up on yesterday, but we are down 0.8% in the hour, down 0.4% in the day, but up 9.2% in the week and up 4.5% in the month. Now, obviously, Bitcoin has had a run, and we are seeing lots of the alts fly at the same time. Hopefully, we'll start to see some of that Bitcoin money, that Bitcoin gain, start to filter through to some of these larger caps in the phase two. I don't know if we're in a bull market just yet. I think there's a lot of talk. I always like to think the opposite when everybody's thinking a certain way. Now, as we can see from the crypto fear and greed, we are up 8% and we're over that 1 trillion market cap, and everybody is absolutely greedy. We're sitting at 66 greed from yesterday at 53, and we're seeing a BTC dominance of up 3.12%. Volume is lifted 136.5%. So there is money now starting to come into the market, and I see this from Leds. Not to be a voice of doom and gloom, but just be mindful that the recent upside on Quant came on the back of a BTC move against which we actually lost ground on, and as you can see here. And he goes on, weekly candle view just here. Meanwhile, the USDT pair just hit resistance. I'm still sat in my BTC position for now. And someone pointed out here, in general, Quant rarely shines in times of Bitcoin strength. He did it after or at times when the market retreated. So I pumped. Be careful not to be pessimistic now. Very, very interesting times. Are we just entering the bull market, or are we looking at this fake pump? I don't know, but you know me, I just see it. I don't buy green candles. It's as simple as that. My bags are already there if it were to go. But obviously, if it were to retrace back, I'll be buying more. It's as simple as that. So we have some news. I saw this from Ledger Insights yesterday. A deep dive on cross-border CBDC project Enbridge, which could break Swift's payment dominance. Why it has a good chance to succeed. Some of the hurdles it has to overcome. Swift dominance is slowly dwindling. Michael Marback already predicted this a while back. CEO of MasterCard says Swift won't exist after 5 years. Check out Ledger Insights deep dive that also sees Project Enbridge breaking Swift's dominance. As you can see there, WEF 2022, Swift probably won't exist in 5 years, says MasterCard CEO Michael Maybach. CEO of MasterCard told an audience of blockchain executive that he expects Swift to phase out of existence in as little as 5 years' time. And as we go back to Enbridge, we can see this from San. We're just connecting the dots. The age of CBDCs is upon us. Wholesale CBDCs are launching soon, Swiss this year, and now Enbridge. And as we can see here from Ledger Insights, the Enbridge cross-border CBDC platform will launch soon. Other participants are Bank of China, Thailand, UAE, etc., etc. And we can see here from this diagram the DLT API gateway, API layer interoperability, it's Quant. And we can see here the API gateway. And of course, on fully permissioned architecture where DLT API gateways are most suited, and you can see at the heart of the Enbridge platform is private permission distributed system. And Miles Bron, I'm just waiting patiently for the announcement of Quant. We do see a tweet from Miles Bron. In the near future, we'll be rolling out what we term a minimum viable product, setting the stage for Enbridge eventual commercial launch. The Quant announcement is imminent. And as I said yesterday in my video, you got to remember, everybody's looking at the UK. We set the precedent to the world because we are the largest exporter of financial products. So The digital pound, as they've said here, we anticipate bringing more central banks on board our open platform. In the near future, we'll be rolling out what we term a minimum viable product, setting the stage for Enbridge's eventual commercial launch. Eddie Yu, CEO of the Hong Kong Monetary Authority. This is big news. So let's have a look at what was said in the Ledger Insights. In-depth cross-border CBDC Enbridge, the coming payments fragmentation. So there's been much talk about the coming fragmentation of payments. A key driver is the geopolitics and the use of SWIFT for sanctions. Countries that fear they could be next have started looking for alternatives. Technology isn't necessarily the driver of fragmentation, but is an enabler. Some envisage the cross-border CBDC project Enbridge as one of the platforms that could break SWIFT's stronghold over cross-border payments, launching in mid-2024 when a minimum viable product, Enbridge, involves the Bank of International Settlements. We know that the Bank of International Settlements is using Quant and the central banks of China, Hong Kong, Thailand, and the UAE. We explore why Enbridge use of digital currency could help it gain traction. The short answer is it could eventually reduce banks' costs for cross-border payments. And we see here greater international use of RMB has been a Chinese government goal for some time, but the currency's usage has not matched the growth of its economy. Arguably, there are many reasons which are not the topic of this piece. There has been several cross-border CBDC trials, but China's involvement might be the reason Enbridge is the only one currently on path to production. China doesn't like being relying on SWIFT for payments. Currently, renminbi cross-border transactions can go via SWIFT or China's cross-border payments platform CIPS, CIPS. UAE, China, and their respective commercial banks have tie-ups for digital currency beyond Enbridge, and the first deal to settle foreign oil purchases using digital yuan was signed last week. Some might argue that CIPS hasn't gained traction versus SWIFT. Why would Enbridge? SWIFT has 11,000 banks. CIPS has almost 1,500 after 8 years. Every bank that wants to use CIPS must integrate with it or pay via settlement bank. With Enbridge, bank connect via the central bank. In China, Enbridge is connected to the local ECNY cbdc system, so there's relatively little friction. So that really does sort of give us an idea of what's happening. The BIS working with Enbridge, which is obviously trying to connect everything, which could see the downfall of SWIFT over the next few years, as already predicted by Michael Maybach of MasterCard. And we're just going to take a quick look at what's going on with Quant and the holders. And we can see here holders have gone up over 1,500 in the last 23 days. That is increasing all the time. Not much change on the large hold wallets. We can see this one here actually is I think it's Kraken or Uphold, and the same, I think that's either Kraken or Uphold. They're just not listed on here. But not much change in the rich list over the last couple of days, which I've kept an eye on. But I have noticed here, Binance, 1 day change. This is why we've got to be a little bit careful. We've seen 7,247 enter the exchange, and only around about 6,000 something actually leave. So there is a slight offset there. I'll be keeping an eye on this over the next couple of days to see what happens, whether or not we're going to see what some people have been suggesting is that we're going to see a flash crash. I don't know. I'll wait and see. But remember, this really doesn't bother me in the slightest because I'm here in the long run. The short-term gain, ups and downs really don't bother me. All I'm interested in is these adoptions, these partnerships that are likely to come in the future. These are what drive price. And at the moment, obviously, partnerships in a bear market don't always do that. You can literally, punch someone in the face in a bear market and they don't feel it. So there you go, guys. Just some quick updates for you. Remember, please subscribe. Please hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any further videos. All the best, and I'll catch you later.